I probably got it from TV or something. So it was either your body wash, toothpaste, or something.
What did you do?
I don't know what I found in the bathroom, but after she did it, I tried to find something in the bathroom to put it in there, and I was hoping that you used it and go bald.
What did he say? Bombastic side
I
eye.
forgot what
No,
it
you
was.
didn't.
Loyalty inside my DNA. Broken quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, no ambition, flow inside my DNA. I was born like this, it's born like this. Immaculate conception, natural.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to our journey. I'm Christen.
And I'm Carmen.
And this is Blake's Made Lemonade. Okay, so what is Blake's Made Lemonade? How did we come up with this? Don't worry, we got y'all. We wanted to bring you guys on our journey. We're both in the beauty field, that's number one. So I'm an esthetician.
And I'm a cosmetologist.
And so yeah, we just want to give an insight in our world, cultivating everything beauty. So we'll have tutorials, how-tos. I just got my license in July. So yeah, I'm excited. So
About to be on and popping.
right, this is our little collaboration. Again, not only is it going to be just beauty related, but this is a journey into our life. We want to just talk and just kind of heal, if you say.
Yeah.
We kind of piggyback off the term, when life throws you lemons,
Make lemonade.
and that's exactly what we're doing. Because listen,
Keep going.
okay?
What you gonna say? And keep going. Got to. Okay? But nah, honestly, like, and you know, everybody goes through things in life. Everybody has their struggles. Everybody, you know, nothing's perfect. And we can be the first to say, when it comes to our life, it's been crazy. And a lot of people, even ones close to us, don't really know what we've been through. So this is our little outlet to just kind of let everybody know you're not in this alone. We can get through anything together. We just want to talk, just kind of heal together, okay? A journey of healing, a journey of bonding.
Exactly. Because it's my girl, all right?
And
that's why we're in this together. So this is us, okay? Blake's Made Lemonade. This is just to kind of set the vibe to our channel. Okay, so we wrote down a list of questions.
Not a list.
Okay, not a list.
5.
This is just a little Q&A to get to know us and to get to know why we're starting this channel, to bring y'all on this journey, okay? Nothing too major, but just kind of lighthearted, you know, so y'all can get to know us.
Yeah. I'll ask the first one so I'm eating.
Okay.
All right, so the first question is, when did you know you wanted to go into skincare? When did you know you wanted to go into aesthetics?
So growing up, I know in our household, you know, our parents were really strict. So when it came to everybody always asking, what do you want to be when you grow up? I always thought I wanted to do something in the medical field. That was just, you know, what I went along with. And don't get me wrong, I did kind of always want to go, you know, somewhat in the medical field route. But at the same time, I also love playing in makeup. You know, I used to love playing in makeup. And then as a child, I also had really bad acne. And I would try different products. Nothing was helping with it. It wasn't until like my young adult years that the acne started to go away. Again, I've always been into the makeup thing. Instead of doing what I felt like, you know, my parents would want me to do or be what my parents want me to be, I decided to look into something that I actually enjoyed doing, and that was skincare. When I found out that there was a field, you know, aesthetics, I was like, I think I might be interested in that. And yeah, so I took a chance on me and enrolled into the aesthetics program.
Oh, that's right.
And we're here. So
Just
yeah,
like that.
just like that.
You love it?
Love it.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm just starting off, but y'all gonna hear about me. Okay, we manifesting this.
Know that.
We manifesting this.
You
Okay.
better say that. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Just like that.
Now, what about you? What made you decide to go into the hair field?
Actually,
I don't even know if you know this, but I didn't decide that.
You didn't?
No, like I never went to mom and was like, or dad and was like, I want to do this. It was like in high school, I just always started playing around with my hair.
You did.
Always.
You would be up
different.
Hours. Like, I will never forget. I used to come home. Because if y'all don't know, we're 7 years apart. So, like, every time I would come home, she would be up, like, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning doing her hair.
Because even though I'm light and people always be like, oh, you got that. No, listen, this thing is thick. That's why it's locked up now. I cannot just wake up, put no water on my hair and go. No, I had to tame it.
Yeah.
And then with my mom always doing my hair growing up and stuff, and then like, I think it was 29. I don't know what year that was. I started high school. I went natural. So I cut my hair off. And my hair, I think my hair was like this short, and I just kept it in braids until it grew out. And then when it grew out, that's when I started like playing with my hair. That's how it kind of started. And then my mom, she was like, cause we took a tour at the career center, and she was like, well, I see that you like doing your hair. Have you ever thought about this? And I was like, no. But she was like, well, do you want to? And I was like, I really was like, no. I mean, like, if you paying for it. So I just kind of went along with it and was like, I never knew that. I was just like, cool. So all throughout cosmetology school, I still did not have a passion for it. I had a passion for doing my hair, but I didn't have little sisters, little cousins I did their hair for. I did my hair and my hair only. So I didn't still have no passion for it. But I didn't really start having a passion for other people's hair until my first job ever, when I got out of high school.
Really?
Yes, the salon. When I met her.
Yeah.
And I love her, even though we don't talk today. But I do. I tried. That's another topic. But she took me under her wing and showed me so much, and learning different textures of hair. And like, even when I started off, I was.
If y'all hear any extra noises or sounds in the background, it's just my kids, so just please disregard them.
Still like, okay, this ain't for me. I cried some days because it was like, I don't know if I can do this. But one thing about me, like, I like to learn. Yeah. And I always kept going. I always took what some people are not like this. They think they know everything, but I'm very teachable. So if I don't know something, I would sit there and like absorb it. And I just kept absorbing it. And then when I like started seeing for myself, oh, I can do it now. Like, oh, I can do what she does. I started loving it.
And she's good, y'all. Describe our relationship growing up.
Describe our relationship growing up. Romy looks like Nami, my cat.
It was at this moment that I knew deciding to bring the kids with us was a mistake, because they were doing the absolute most. Why was my son climbing a tree?
Back to y'all. Our relationship growing up, that's what the question was? So our relationship growing up, my memory from childhood, and I feel like a lot of trauma has to go with that, because I don't remember much of my childhood for real. I remember certain things, but my memory is like trying to trash. But what I do remember is we were not close. Of course, it was an age difference thing. I don't remember us talking much. I remember kind of like me hanging with these people and she hanging with those people. How she even say she used to babysit us. I really don't remember that. I guess because we never really talked in the house. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, it's like you said, a lot of trauma. Like, I think it was the age difference for one. For years, I was the only child. And then by the time you were, brought into this world, we were going to that church.
All right, so yeah, I said that church, and I'm probably going to be saying that church or speaking about this church a lot in our upcoming videos, because it played a significant role in our upbringing. And yeah, again, there will be story times to come regarding this.
And well, you know how that church played a role, in our life or whatever. And I don't want to really call it resentment, but I think for me back then,
in the household growing up, why we weren't so close, was because it always felt like an obligation that I always had to watch, you and David. Like, I didn't have a life. Y'all did not have any sort of a life. It was always home, school, church, repeat. Home, school, church. We was always at church, and that's a whole nother story time for a different day. But yeah, it was always just homeschool and church. And mama, she was either working or at the church, and when she was at the church, what was I was watching y'all. And I didn't really get to enjoy or do anything that a normal teenager, that you would think a normal teenager should do, because I was always watching you guys. And so I feel like that kind of,
and me being so young, I didn't really pick up on signs and stuff. I just thought you was being mean.
And so we were not close at all. Matter of fact, like, you used to tell on me anytime, and I wasn't a bad child, but I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. I wasn't a bad child, guys. No matter how my parents started to pick me to be, I wasn't bad. I wanted to live a normal teenage life, and just simple things like I wasn't allowed to have a social life outside of the church. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to my friends from school or anything like that, I couldn't talk to them outside of school. I couldn't hang out with them. I couldn't do nothing.
Just to elaborate a little bit more, so I wasn't allowed to really have friends, boyfriends. I wasn't allowed to hang out. At this point in time, we weren't even really associating with our family at this time. It was basically just church family, our family within our household, and then church. That was it.
So when I would try to like sneak and do those things, which according to my parents was, our parents, that was me being rebellious or whatever. So whenever I would sneak and do those things, because our relationship wasn't good, anytime I would sneak and do something, this one right here would tell on me.
See, I don't remember that.
He would tell on me.
I don't remember that.
And I would get in so much trouble.
Hey, how did I tell, like, was I doing it out of spite, or like?
I think so.
Was I like sneaky with it, or was I loud with it? Because I don't remember that, for real.
You would tell, like, you would just tell, and then you would tell me.
Really? Y'all, I swear to you, I do not remember.
And like, I'd be like, oh my God, why would you do that? And she would come home like just mad. It's mad, yeah.
Dang, I really don't remember. I remember my relationship with David, like how we were, but I don't remember telling on you, for real. I don't know why I would do it, because I'm not a bad. Okay, so so my personality then versus now, have I changed?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel our relationship didn't change after I left the house. That's when our relationship, I feel like, changed, because when I left the house, and that's another thing. Like, how people say you can grow up in the same house but live like
two different worlds,
completely different lives. Like, I feel like that's our kind of story. So like,
all
I grew up. All of us. Yeah. Like, we all grew up in the same house, but we all live, like, if you were to ask her how her upbringing was growing up in the house, like, it would be completely different than if you were to ask me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
How we view our parents.
Yeah, it's completely different. When I left the house, because at that time, I wasn't on speaking terms, with our parents, but I always kind of felt bad, because I know how it was for me. So I always kind of felt bad, like, leaving you and David there, because I didn't know, like, I thought that you was experiencing what I did. Well, I ain't gonna say that, because I never saw him like really get physical with you like that, like how he was with me. I never saw that. Did he?
That's the thing too, like, because of our age gap, when I was like elementary school, I think I do remember getting beat by him, but by the time I was like middle school, high school, his mental state had changed so much.
Okay.
So I grew up with somebody completely different.
That makes sense.
But
yeah.
Elementary school, I don't know, it's just my elementary school days when you was in the house, and I don't remember. I don't know what it is about my elementary days, but I remember getting beat. I probably got beat more than once. So I remember getting beat once, and he was like, bring me the belt. But and it probably was like after church or something. Probably was messing around with one. I'll tell you about that later. Messing around with one of them so-called friends, and got beat for doing something.
But yeah, I got beat from elementary to high school, even after that's a whole nother story. Okay, our relationship didn't change after I left, because I felt a little bad, because I just was like, dang, like, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm leaving y'all, you know what I'm saying, like I'm just leaving you in a situation. But because I wasn't communicating with them, and you know how they are, you don't
communicate with us, or if you stop going to this church, you know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, so yeah, this church gave very much cult vibes, if you're kind of catching my drift here. Again, another FYI for this video, we are speaking relatively vague in this video because we do plan on indulging deeper in the upcoming videos and story times that we do later on. So if it sounds like we're really speaking vaguely, this is why.
we just gonna cut ties, period. So I always kind of felt bad, but that's why I would always just pop up at the church sometimes, because I was like, you know, I want to see y'all, but I would only come to see y'all. And it wasn't until kind of then that me and you kind of started talking. And you know, when you were kind of going through some things growing up, I feel like you kind of opened up to me, and I was like, okay, we could relate. I was you know, as a teenager, and you know what I'm saying, I feel like if anything, you should be able to come to me and like we could talk it out, you know what I'm saying, instead of relying on people that don't give a F about you in the streets, you know what I'm saying. I feel like you should at least be able to come to me. And I tell you,
was definitely there.
Yeah, give you like solid, like, hey, you know. So,
and I ain't gonna lie, growing up, like sometimes I was like, it was like a mom. You was like a mom.
Yeah.
But I respect you for that, for real.
But yeah, so
I just wish I would have listened.
Yeah, but you know. Coming back in. Next question was the funniest memory of us growing up. I already know it. I remember it. Yep, I remember it. I don't know if you remember it.
Hey,
I remember
like,
one time.
Us, me and you, or family?
Of us, me and you. I'm gonna go first.
Go ahead.
So I remember one time, me and you was fighting. Fighting about.
You pinned me up against the wall. Is that
well,
what?
That's one time too.
Oh,
well, you used to irk me so bad.
She was on vacation. She did that.
Girl. No, that's not what I'm talking about though. But that was a funny one though. Oh my God, that mouth.
Did I tell you what
mouth.
I did?
No.
I think I probably got it from TV or something. So it was either your body wash, toothpaste, or something.
What did you do?
I don't know what I found in the bathroom, but after she did it, I tried to find something in the bathroom to put it in there, and I was hoping that you used it and go bald. I forgot what.
No, you didn't. That's.
I never told you that before.
No. You was something else. Okay, let me tell you. So this one right here. So you was arguing about something. I don't know what we was arguing about. And I think you threw some peas. You threw some peas at me, like some green peas.
I don't remember that now.
No, she threw some green peas at me. And I was so mad that we started like literally fighting. And Daddy came. You don't remember this? Daddy came. He pulled us apart, and I thought he was gonna get a whooping. But he gave us both the belt, and he said, "Y'all not gonna be fighting." He said, "I want you to beat her." He said, "Christen,
really?
You beat her, and Carmen, you beat her." And you would have thought you would have tore each other up, girl. That little tiny tap we did. I just knew we was gonna get our asses towed up, but we didn't. You don't remember that?
I wish I could go back. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, we gonna have to go to therapy. I'm gonna have to go to therapy because
like that.
I want to uncover like my elementary days. Even how you were. Well, do you remember your elementary days?
A little bit. And I feel like that is trauma. You know, they say that like trauma. If you go through like certain trauma, it can block out certain parts. You know.
And when I was watching you go through that, I was still young.
Yeah.
So, because I remember before you left, I probably was going into 6th grade. Because when I had my 6th grade orientation, you wasn't there.
I wasn't.
You wasn't.
I wasn't. Dang, that's.
Yeah.
Now that I think back, like how young you were when I left the house, because that makes sense though.
Mhm. So a lot of I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's. Now I'm like, dang, would I still would have been a bad little girl, or like, did you move and make me turn it? Because I don't remember being like that. Like, why would I do that?
I used to get blamed
for me
for like you doing certain stuff.
Okay.
I used to get blamed like you're being a bad influence on her. And
I
used to be
remember
like,
that.
What?
And I used to always, especially mama, like it has nothing to do with you. Like even to this day, well, I feel like we going all off subject, but I feel like even to this day, like she don't think like that because I feel like she knows me because I definitely can tell like as I'm getting older. I'm not gonna say restless with my mouth, but
you speak your mind.
And I did
not.
That's one thing I'm so proud of. I wish I would have done it. Wish if I have kids, they don't be like me, because I was so quiet. That's why it's like I don't see myself doing that with you, or even how I treated David. Because when I was at school, y'all, I was quiet.
That's me. I was always a shy, quiet person. I didn't have a voice at home, so it was like, it was either do what they say do, or you gonna do what they say do. Yeah. Regardless, there was no effective communication. It was always what they say. And so, and even when I used to get in trouble, like I was shut down. That was my coping mechanism, to shut down. Like I didn't express my feelings. Like that's one thing I struggle with to this day, expressing my feelings, you know, just talking about it. Like when I would get upset about something, I would just shut down. And that's one thing I'm still working on. I can say that. But our childhoods are completely different. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I could go on, but yeah. That was your last question?
I think it was one more.
Okay.
One more that I wanted to ask.
We'll continue this to a part 2. Because I still got my questions too.
Yeah, definitely part 2. If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
Just one thing?
Or just anything that you could tell your younger self?
No, I don't want to say any. I don't want to say it all. I'll stick with one thing. One thing I would tell my younger self, this really doesn't have anything to do with how I acted, because I don't want to get into that right now. But one thing I would tell my younger self is to stand up for whoever is going through. Kids at school who would get bullied. My sister, I wish I was bold enough to come to my parents, even though I was so little. I wanted to in my head, but I was just, this little me, this victim, to just stand up. I don't care what the result was, to stand up for whoever. And I won't start going on a rant, but just to stand up for people.
And you do that now. Like, that's one thing that I could say about you. If something's going on, and then you, in your heart, you feel like, okay, this ain't right, you gonna speak on it. Like, you gonna confront it, you gonna say what you gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Whereas me, I'll see something and I'll be like, yeah, that ain't right. Instead of me confronting it head on, I'ma just not deal with it altogether. Like, that's me. And like I said, I think that's just kind of a coping mechanism for me of how I grew up. Like, I just, I'd rather just not deal with it.
And because, especially when it comes to standing up for my sister, because I know that, I can tell it's a I stand, and I'll be like, I'm gonna say it. If you don't want to say it, I'll say it, because I know.
And she gonna say it. She gonna say whatever need to be said. One thing that I could tell my younger self, I would say, I could tell my younger self many things, but
me too.
One thing I think I would say would be to give myself more grace.
Talk about it.
Give myself more grace. You know, things that I went through, I had to grow to understand that it wasn't my fault. Like, you know, to not blame myself. And I feel like when it came to a lot of things in my life, because of how I kind of started off in this adult world, it wasn't ideal. In my head, you know, I wanted to go to college. I had this, you know, plan set for me, and nothing, as I'm learning now, nothing goes as planned.
All right, y'all. So what I was trying to say is that you can have a plan set for your life, but sometimes life can take you on a completely different course, and that's okay. And that's what I've learned throughout the course of my life, that although you may have a plan for things, or you can have goals set, sometimes you might have to pivot and go a different direction. And again, that's okay.
You know, things not going to be perfect, but you just got to keep pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Do that now?
Yeah, that's what I do now. I told you about this earlier today, about perfectionism in me. And I feel like that's kind of where that comes from too. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, how we grew up, I always felt like I had to be this certain way. I have to do this. I'm always trying to people please, and I'm always trying to please somebody else. That's one of my bad traits about myself. Like, I'm always trying to please somebody else. And instead of me trying to please myself, like make myself happy, like, you know, self-fulfilling for myself, I've never done that. So now I'm on the journey of honestly trying to figure out me, like who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, it was always, I'm doing this for them. I'm doing for everybody else but me. And so now, like I said, after I got 2 kids, you know, I want them to be able to express themselves effectively. I want them to be able to effectively communicate with me about any and everything, because that's one thing that I couldn't do. We can't do that now with our parents. Really, we can't come to them about nothing and just talk to them. We can't do that. Exactly, another topic for another day. But I just want to get to know me better, and give myself more grace. That's one thing.
Because once you know who you are, you'll be able to express yourself, and you'll be able to communicate to people how to treat you.
Set boundaries.
Because when you tell them how to treat you, it will no longer be you people pleasing. It'll be no. F you if you can't come to me correct. No.
Yeah. And I'm definitely working on setting boundaries, because
you getting there though.
Yeah.
It's going to be a work in progress for whenever the day. It's going to be a day where you're going to be like, oh my God, like I'm here. Like Like, do you remember how I was back then? But I'm doing this now. Oh my God. So we ain't even gonna know. It's gonna be there. For me, like, I'm like this with people I love.
Okay.
I think like people I have some type of relationship with, or either that I want some type of relationship with, or either something to that field. But it's only people around me, like in my family.
Yeah.
Or
I can see that.
Because when I'm like, I call it an income spot. I don't like saying the word job because I don't want to be there. But at the income spots I've been at, like, I don't mess with them people. So even though it be so much I can say, I'm super quiet.
Yeah.
I do try to fight for the good or the right things that I want in my circle. So I can say that. But I do want to keep on growing and be able to everywhere I step, everybody who I got to deal with get to this point, because I don't like drama and I don't like that. That's what keeps me from saying what I got to say, even though like what I want to say may not be terrible. And I think this is some trauma too. Like, I don't like
Conversation.
Yeah. And I just got to overcome that. Because
you on your way though. And like I can say the same thing about me, because like when it comes to people I love, like especially you, like you already know.
You gonna ride for me.
I'm gonna ride.
Always.
This one, I'm gonna ride for the people that I love, and this is one like I'm gonna ride.
That's
like,
one thing I do remember about childhood.
You're not gonna step to her any type of way, and I'm not gonna be right there. Cause who?
Yep.
I'm gonna step behind this one, behind anybody that I care about. When it came to like these friends that I had, you know, when it came to them, you're not finna step to them crazy. When it comes to people I care about, I have no problem standing up. But when it comes to myself, I don't stand up for myself enough. And I feel like I need to do better with that. But when it comes, but that's definitely, we got that in common. I'm a step for her. To this day, it's people I want to knock about her. Okay.
And same for you.
Still to this day.
Dang, we done sat here. Y'all done watched the sunset.
It's dark.
That's what I'm saying.
We gotta do a part 2.
It's definitely gonna be a part 2.
Bye, you guys.
Bye. Blake's Made Lemonade times 4. But they gonna learn. They ain't gonna have as many lemons as us.
Absolutely not.
And
Absolutely not.
And don't forget, stand up for other people and yourself.
Yes.
Right.
What you
Be
gonna
confident.
do, Roman? Yes.
Never give up.
Right.
I love it, boo. All right, y'all.
Until next time.
Bye.
I got loyalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got